Hey, this is Ky Logue, and you're listening to the Real Estate Wholesaling Syndicate. I designed this podcast to get you real, actionable information that you can apply directly into your wholesaling business. There's no fluff, no bullshit, just real advice and real strategies from the best investors and wholesalers in the game. So those two skills, they're sales and marketing. And those literally, if you can just learn how to sell, if you can just learn how to market and get leads, you can really change your entire future. Their sales is called the highest paid profession for a reason, because you can literally write your own check, and it's all dependent on how much work you're willing to put in. So I've constantly, luckily I've been blessed enough to really start my career in sales. It was the first thing I was ever good at, and I've stuck with it ever since. So it's highly recommended. I learned how to sell first. You can do this by one, getting a sales job, but or two, if you've never been in sales or you're already in sales, read books, watch courses. I've read so many sales books, more than I can even count. There's a lot of good ones. It's a lot of shitty ones. There's some great ones. So I'm going to share my favorite sales books with you guys today. I highly recommend reading them if you haven't. If you had, I recommend reading them again. So to start, the first sales book I would recommend is The Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort. Say what you will about Jordan, but this book is phenomenal. I'm pretty certain, Jordan got a lot of his strategies from Tony Robbins, but it all works. It's super solid. He goes over tonality, how to use different tonality when you're speaking to people, importance using scripts, how to write a straight line script, and then, using the straight line as well as loops. So much good stuff in there. I've probably read that book at least 10 times and, listened to the Audible book a few times as well. I do recommend picking up the Audible version too, even if you usually like to read books over listening, because you can hear that tonality in there. And Jordan Belfort actually reads it himself. The second book I'd recommend for sales would be Never Split the Difference. That one's by Chris Voss. Dude was like expert, top level FBI negotiator. And this book I slept on for a while. I kept hearing how great it was, but my ego kind of got in the way. I'm like, I don't know what this dude can teach me. He's never been in business, but he's negotiating shit at much higher stakes. So once you actually listen to the book, hear the stories, and actually try this shit out, you're going to see real quick it works. So highly recommend that one. I implemented some of that, the stuff I learned in that book into my text cold outreach campaign, and it literally doubled my response rate and turned into a lot more money. So the third one I'd recommend is called Fanatical Prospecting by a guy named Jeb Blunt. That's when I first learned about the power hours. It's something I did before, but never put a word on it. So highly recommend that for prospecting and getting out in front of more people. So those three books out of the probably 100 or so books I've read are my favorite sales books. Those ones have actually made me the most money. So I highly recommend picking those up, reading them, and then even if you have, read them again because they're good. I always go and I revisit those ones. I probably read them, close to once a year. And then we want to talk about marketing. So marketing is really, you can be the greatest salesman in the world, but if you don't have leads, you really can't, you don't have anyone to sell to, you're not going to make any money. So when you learn how to market, you can really, generate as many leads as you want. And it's huge, it helps you become a better writer. It helps you understand your customers better. And then really you get the 1-2 punch with sales and marketing, it's game over. So for marketing, the first marketing book I ever got into, was Russell Brunson's .com Secrets. So if I'd only recommend 3, I'd say you read Russell Brunson's whole expert trilogy. So all those are phenomenal. Those I probably read at least once a year too. I go through all of them, and every time I get something new, something actionable, something to take away. So that highly recommend those books. They're great. That's a bunch of other great marketing books out there as well. Persuasion's a great one. Blanking on any other ones right now, but if I decided to pick 3, I'd pick Russell Brunson's 3 books because they're super easy to read, super easy to implement, and they're super helpful. So those are the things, man. Learn how to sell, learn how to market. There's other skills you need to learn on your entrepreneurial journey as well. We'll probably get into those later, but just focus on that. Even if you just read 10 pages a day, even if you just devote half hour, an hour a day to getting better. Do it because it's vital. It's vital to your success. It's vital to you hitting your goals. You're never going to be able to get where you want to be if you can't sell people on your dream and get people to, do what you want or, really to give you money and, give you their credit card or, pay an invoice. And you need to learn how to sell to do that. Yeah, I hear so many people tell me they're the fucking greatest salesman in the world. They can sell ice to an Eskimo, whatever. But they're really not as good as they think they are. And then, me, I think I'm great, but I know I can always get better. So just really have that white belt mentality that you can always grow, you can always improve, you can always get better. Because even today, I've been doing sales for, over 12, 13 years legally. And there's still shit I learn. There's still shit I apply and I try out because you never know. Just recently I started implementing third-party stories after hearing someone else do it. And, it's helped me a lot. It helps me explain complex things really simply to the customers. So, I'm always trying to learn. I'm always trying to get better. Same with marketing, always trying to learn more and trying to get better. Shit changes, especially in marketing. So you really need to stay on top of it. But yeah, that's it. That's kind of all I wanted to go over today. So I'd love to hear, you guys reach out, let me know what your favorite sales and marketing books are. I'm always looking for more to listen to and read. Any courses you try that have been good, I'd love to hear them too. But I appreciate you guys. Y'all keep crushing it one day at a time. Hey, this is Ky Logue. Thank you for listening to the podcast. I truly appreciate you. If you want more of this information and you want to see these actually recorded live, go ahead, join our Facebook group. It's the Real Estate Wholesaling Syndicate. It's right on Facebook. Google it, you'll find it. Type it on Facebook, you'll find it. I look forward to seeing you guys in there. We give a ton of free information in there, a bunch of free trainings, free courses. You get all the scripts, contracts, everything you need, A to Z, absolutely free. And I look forward to seeing you all in the group.